For this bike building job, you need screwdrivers, spanner, multi-Allen key, pump, this is a track pump, and grease if you have any grease about. If not, don't worry so much. Hello, this is Mini Biker Cycles. Today I'm going to show you how to build a Forme Cubley 14. You open the box, and inside the box you should have your paddles in a box, put them aside, and the bike seat. Pull your bike out. You should have your owner's manual in there too. Put that aside, and this is the bike that we're going to put together. This is a Cubley Forme 14-inch. Okay, so we've got our Forme 14-inch Cubley out on a stand. If you don't have a stand, you can do this on the floor, and we're going to put a handlebar on. Make sure that the brakes, the fork, are facing forward, so the brakes are facing forward. Okay, so we have a little cap at the top. We have to remove the cap and put it aside, and we need to undo the top. And push everything down. Then same again. The brake levers should be facing forward. Brake pads are facing forward. That's the correct way. Once this is on, put the cap back on. Put the cap back on at the top. Keep losing. There we are. And the screw back on. Don't worry about tightening it too much at the beginning. Okay, a gentle squeeze, and we can adjust the straightness later. And on either side. Okay. We need to tighten these, and if you have a straight single Allen key as well that you can use, not too much to begin with. Tighten them both sides. Okay, there you go. Now, so we got the handlebar set up. To put the wheel, we need to undo the brake. So make a wider gap. Okay, now we're going to put our tyre. Make sure it's the right way around. You will see an arrow, okay, on the tyre. Make sure the arrow facing forward. This goes in there. I'll just keep dropping these bolts everywhere. Here. Tighten either side. Now we need our spanner. We can use 15mm spanner. Tighten one side and more on the other side. Okay. Now to put the brake back on, so we straighten everything and we try stretch. It should go into the slot. There you go. Okay. Make sure the tire, if it's catching, Okay, that means one side of the brake pad, it's touching the tyre. So we've got screws on this side, so we can adjust that. Okay, so we've got our screwdriver. It's a Phillips screwdriver. On this occasion, this brake pad is touching the tyre, so it doesn't move, and this one is far away. So if you unscrew this side, that will push the brake pad in. Just do it a couple of times. Try it. It's already better, as you can see. And if you screw this side in tiny bit, and that will push it out. No catch and brake. Okay. So if you screw it outwards, it will push it in. If you screw it in, it will do the opposite, will push the pad out. So this is perfect. Now we're going to put the seat under the seat. It's straightforward. It already has got grease inside. So it goes in, and you get our Allen key. And tighten it. Okay, so that's fine. Now we're moving on to our pedals. So I've put some anti-seize copper grease on there. So just if you ever want to replace the pedal, if it's broken, or if you want to change it, so it's good to put some copper anti-seize copper grease. Now the left hand side of the pedal, okay, it will screw anti-clockwise, not clockwise. It will screw in anti-clockwise, and this is really important. Okay, you put it in. Okay, we do it anti-clockwise. It goes straight in. Okay, left hand side is anti-clockwise. Once you can't turn it anymore with your hand, get your spanner. You can hold from the other side, and that's fine, that's tight. Now we're going to put the right pedal. The right pedal, it's normal, it's clockwise. To tighten, it's clockwise. So right pedal to tighten, clockwise. Same again, screw it in, and use the spanner. Tighten it gently, and there you go. Now we're going to check the back brake. Okay, so this one is slightly touching as well. So what we're going to do, actually, the brake pad is touching the tyre a tiny bit. So if you want to adjust the brake pad, okay, so you can see it's touching the tyre a tiny bit. So you undo this a little bit. You can move it across the rim, hold in its place, and tighten it back up. Okay, so you still touch it. We'll check the other side. The other side is fine, but this one, like the front one, is touching the rim. So we're going to adjust it again. We're going to get our screwdriver. So on the other side, I'm going to unscrew it and test it. Tiny bit more. Unscrew this side. Now screw this side in, so it will push the brake pad away from the rim. Great job. Okay, that's fine. So there you go. Once you install that, I think you can, if you have a stand, take it off the stand. Okay, now we're going to check and straighten the handlebar. Now you can tighten the top once it's straight. Tighten the top, and you can also tighten the sides. I'm going to use okay, and the tyre, obviously we need to put the tyres. So if you have a track pump, this will make it easier. If you don't, then a small pump will do too. Find the valve. By the way, it will tell you how much you can put in. On it, it says maximum 65 psi. So around 30 to 40 should be enough. So 2 to 3 bars. So this is 30 now, and when I think I can go up to 40. I think 40 will do for now. So which is 3 bars. 3 bars or 40 psi, and same again for the front tyre. We go up to 40 psi, 3 bars, and pull. Put the cap back on. So there you go, very light bike, Forme Cubley in 14 inch. It comes in red, blue and pink. Good quality light bikes, available from Mini Bikers Cyclists.